Hey, set your mind right now. Nothing before this matters. We came here with everything still on the line. Everything you wanted in the offseason is still out in front of you. What would you give for that moment right now? Let's go, man.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing.
Yo, what is good, Raider Nation? It is your boy Raider Alex. I am back with yet another video for you guys. In this video, guys, we're going to be talking about the NFL draft once more, this time focusing on the right tackle position. You know, right tackle is definitely a position we need to look into this offseason. And yeah, let's talk about some of the guys that should be available in this year's draft at the right tackle position. But for anybody that is new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, let's jump right into it. Now, before I jump into the prospects in today's video, I want to make it clear I still believe we should address the right tackle position in free agency. I still want us to get a veteran who can be a starter for like a year or two, just somebody that, you know, next year, you know, we can depend on to just throw him out there and protect Derek Carr. I don't want to see a rookie that needs to be developed, you know, being thrown out there and then Derek Carr having to run for his life, get sacked, fumbled, that sort of thing. So yeah, definitely right tackle. We still need to address that in free agency for sure. But, you know, that does not mean that we cannot look at the tackle position in this year's draft, you know, to draft somebody for the future after that veteran, you know, after his contract expires and he's starting to decline. Well, perfect. We got a guy to throw in there, you know, a young guy ready to take over that position. And with that being said, the first guy on this list is Darion Canard out of Kentucky. This guy is 6'5", 345 pounds. He played right tackle. With this guy, I see him. His main strength is, you know, run blocking. He's a pretty solid run blocker. He has good leverage, good technique. My main issue with this guy though is I don't see him getting past the second round. So like to select a guy like this in the second round, I think that's a little bit, you know, too high of a spot. Ideally, if I'm gonna get a tackle, I want to go, you know, at the very highest third round and back. But, you know, this guy is definitely a good option to look at. You know, it just really depends how heavily, you know, Josh McDaniels and his new regime, you know, values, you know, the tackle position in this draft. Now, the second guy on this list, man, most of you guys are going to love this guy. A lot of you guys have probably ever heard of this guy's name float around here and there, and that is Daniel Fellaille out of Minnesota. Man, with this guy, the first thing that jumps off to you is, man, this guy is... he has got tremendous size for his position. 6'9", 380 pounds, bro. He's just a fucking mammoth at the right tackle position. This guy is physical as hell. He's literally a brick wall at the right tackle position. This guy, look, if you get a guy like this, use him in a power blocking scheme, man. Don't try to get cute, you know, play zone blocking scheme. No, let him, you know, use his physical dominance on these other defensive ends. The thing with this guy too, he's got really good hands. If he gets his hands on you, man, you are done for. You know, if you try to go on the outside on this guy, I think he's really good at just, you know, pushing you back. He's got great strength. If you're gonna beat this guy, you know, you're gonna have to beat him with, you know, quickness and, you know, moving him to the inside, which, you know, that can definitely be a concern with a guy like this being so big at his position. You know, 380, damn near 400 pounds. You know, can he keep up with like some of the most athletic, twitchy defensive end in this league? Simply put, you cannot teach this guy's size and strength at that position. You just can't. So for this, you know, reason alone, I don't see this guy getting past, you know, the third round. He could possibly be like a late second round pick. So, you know, if we pick up this guy, you know, it's kind of risky just because, you know, it's a perfect scenario of, you know, you just fall in love with a guy's physical traits, but, you know, how well will he be able to, you know, transition into the NFL? look, I think if he can sit and learn for a little bit, develop for like a year, this guy would, I think he'd be a great tackle in this league. And, this is definitely a guy we should look at. If he's there in the third round, I would not mind us picking this guy up at all. Now, the third guy on this list is Abraham Lucas out of Washington State. 6'7", 324 pounds. Pretty good size for the right tackle position. With this guy, I feel like he's one of the better pass blocking right tackles in this NFL draft. The thing with this guy, he's got really good technique in my opinion. He's got a solid push, solid strength, nothing that really jumps off the screen in my opinion. But like I said, his best traits is his technique. I think this guy would do really well in a zone blocking scheme. He's really good at doing in one play, getting 2 blocks off, getting to the second level. You love to see that in a zone blocking scheme. And like I said, he's a very good right tackle in my opinion. Now, my biggest knock with Abraham Lucas is he lacks, the ideal athleticism for a tackle, and also his recovery isn't the best when he gets beat initially by some of these defensive ends. And also, he needs to be a little bit more patient at times. You saw there's been times where the Oregon defensive end got him on a couple double moves. But, then again, that guy is a great defensive end. He's going to be a top 3 pick in this league. So, especially if this guy doesn't have to start day one. If he can sit under like a Morgan Moses for a year or two, I think this guy could be great, for this team. And this guy, I see him being a 3rd rounder. So I think that'd be, the perfect spot if you're looking for a tackle. The 3rd round would be a good selection for this guy. Now, the 4th guy on this list is Nicholas Petit Frere out of Ohio State. This guy, he's kind of, so look, in college the past season he split snaps between left tackle and right tackle. It was about 50-50 the amount of snaps he played at each position. I do think he did play a lot better at right tackle, so that's why I'm including him in this list. But the main thing with this guy is he's got a whole lot of ups and a whole lot of downs this season, so he needs to work on that consistency. At times during the season he definitely struggled, and at times he actually played pretty good. So like I said, kind of an up and down season for him. I definitely think he played a lot better at right tackle, and I think he's a much better run blocker than he is at pass blocker. So he's definitely gonna have to develop that part of his game. You look at the stats on this guy, he allowed 2 sacks, 2 quarterback hits, 22 hurries, and a total of 26 pressures. Like I said, he definitely needs to improve in the passing game. With all this being said, this guy's basically going to have to be a developmental type of right tackle. Their projection on this guy is around the 3rd round pick, but honestly, I would not take this guy in the 3rd round pick. If he falls and is there in the 5th round, I would take a flyer on him, to sit for a year or two and to develop. But anything higher than that, I pass. Now, last guy on this list, Max Mitchell out of Louisiana, 6'6", 300 pounds. This guy, he's a raw talent. He's got some potential, but this is another guy that he's gonna need to develop into this league. He definitely needs to improve in terms of the pass blocking in his game. Like I said, developmental type of guy. With all this being said, I see this guy being a 4th to 5th rounder. This is a guy you take a flyer on, see if you can, develop his traits in the future. Out of all these guys I listed though, this guy's the least, I'm the highest on. But, this is definitely another option you could look at. So yeah, Raider Nation, that is my current list at the right tackles, in the NFL draft. Currently, the guys I like the most out of the people I listed was fellaille, just because that guy's a physical monster, and also Abraham Lucas. I really like his technique. I really like the future he has, that he could have in the NFL, and I definitely want to look at mainly target those guys if we are going to draft a tackle this year. Look, we don't necessarily even have to draft a tackle. Like I said, I want us to get somebody in free agency to fill the position for at least a year or two. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments down below, what are some guys you guys want us to look at, at the right tackle position, in the NFL draft this year. With that being said, guys, that is all I have for you guys in this video. Once again, guys, if anybody is new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, that is all I have for you guys in this video. I will see you guys in the next one.